This is a photograph of a painting of a very handsome young woman who, at the age of about 16 or 17, left London and went with her father, who was a coachman in Brixton, to Tasmania. I don't suppose that you have any idea about the identity of this lady. But I'll tell you exactly who she is. Her name, Maria Rasputin. Yes. Rasputin's daughter. Now this, as you see, is a sword. It's not an ordinary sword by any manner of means. It's a 17th century rapier. It's not a delicate little piece which you just thrust at someone with nimble footwork. It's a lethal killing weapon. This is a copy of a very, very famous gun, famous throughout the West, the old peacemaker, the Colt. I made a gun like this, but a more complicated one and a finer and more lethal weapon. An oriental genius of diabolical powers and seemingly invincible. His name, Dr. Fu Manchu. The bottle. And this implement, the Holy Bible, a symbol to all Christians all over the world of everything that is good and pure and right. And many, millions, try to live by its teachings. Now this, like all things, has its opposite. This represents the forces of light, and therefore, inevitably and logically, there have to be the powers of darkness, which means, to put it very crudely and simply, the worship of the devil. So what's this? An ordinary piece of wood. Yes, it's a piece of wood, but it's very far from being ordinary. This is, as far as I know, the last remaining piece of the true cross. This ring is a copy of a similar ring worn by a Central European actor. His name was Now that's the correct way of pronouncing it. But that was probably a little bit too much for people to take. And so he became immortalized under the name of Sauron, Lord of the Earth. I'm going to say something very immodest now, if I may, but there is one particular possession that I prize greatly. It's a photograph. It's a photograph of John Belushi and myself. And written is the following phrase. Chris. Ashnazg durbatuluk, Ashnazg gimbatul, Ashnazg frakatuluk, Ags burzon misi krimpatul.